With all the inertia that happens at agencies, I really do think having an outside group like this, if it's effective and organized, can make a difference.
I'll push back on Chris's optimism that there are a bunch of sort of overly aggressive, legally vulnerable regulations on the books. It's true that that when you talk to agency officials, Chevron provides them with sort of a comfort blanket, and it gives them more room to be a little bit more assertive. Portion of Loper Bright that doesn't get nearly as much attention as I think it should is a portion that says, listen, just because we're saying that we don't defer to agencies about questions of law, it doesn't mean that we don't that they don't have any discretion. There's lots of things that agencies have discretion to do that we will not second guess. So where the best reading of the statute is that there's a zone of discretion conferred on the agency. The courts won't interfere. And the Chief Justice said there are a couple of words that you see, like if you say like an appropriate sort of length of time or regulation or reasonable, like those are the kinds of things that bespeak an intent to delegate. So that just raises the question, okay, well, how many of these nominally Chevron decisions are decisions where an agency is acting within a zone of pretty clearly delegated authority, and how much of it is it really more closer to like a genuine bona fide legal interpretation? You can think of these as sort of like, when is an agency doing policy in its delegated domain, and when is it actually like doing law? My impression from what I've seen is that the category of things that agencies do that fall in the policy bucket dwarfs the number of things that agencies do in the legal bucket. That doesn't make the legal bucket unimportant, or that there aren't some regulations that you can wipe off the books because they rest on aggressive interpretations. But the vast majority of the regulations that are out there are not contestably unlawful under Loper Bright. They may just be bad regulations. The other thing I'll say is that if you want to get rid of a regulation because you think it's unlawful, the worst way to go about it is to say, we think it's unlawful, we're done, because you're going to run into the DACA problem.